All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 17. For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what Yahweh in his counsel have decreed of him, and to what end the Lord have set him in safety. They shall see him and despise him, but God shall laugh them to scorn, and they shall be hereafter a vile carcass and a reproach among the dead for evermore. For he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, that they shall be speechless, and he shall shake them from the foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish. And when they cast up the accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. And that is something that's going to happen to every single person that has mocked an Israelite ever once in their life, from the lowest form of Israelite to the highest man. Right? They're going to, all the sins and the things that Dave did to the Israelites is going to be a memorial in their mind when they start seeing the things that Dave heard Israelites say, right? That they thought was crazy talk. They thought, man, that's mad. These guys really actually believe that a black man's going to come out of the sky. That's mad. But here's the thing. Some of the things that we say might seem hard to believe, right? But we also speak about earthly things. And you people don't even believe that stuff too. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 7. Woe unto the world because of offenses. In fact, let me go verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. So the things that you people are going to receive that have offended an Israelite, right? It would have been better if you got a heavy stone put around your neck and thrown into the ocean, man, than the things that you're actually going to experience, right? It would have been better for you to leave the earth that way than what's actually going to happen to you. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come. So there had to be some people that was going to do the offenses to the little ones, right? But the people that are going to be having that, woe unto them. But woe to that man by whom the offense cometh. So you have to offend the Israelite because that's prophecy. We can't be under the curses without getting offended. So there had to be people that was going to perform the curses on us. There had to be other nations that was not under the covenant of Yahweh, that didn't have the same covenant as the Israelites, that was going to punish the Israelites whenever they sinned. But woe unto those people that in every single time and in every single generation of Israelites that existed on the earth, woe unto every single person that performed the curses on the Israelites. Woe unto every single one of you, because you're going to have to pay, man. Right? Now, I made a statement about how people can't believe that they think that the things that we say about the heavenly things are crazy, right? But we also speak about earthly things and they don't believe that neither. John chapter 3 and verse 12, straight from the mouth of Yahweh Shai. If I have told you earthly things and ye believe not, how shall ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things? Right? If you people can't believe that, okay, there's going to come a time where there's going to be a cashless society, and you think, ha ha ha, never going to happen. But then when you look into the world, you see actually they're making CBDCs. Actually, cryptocurrency is becoming bigger and bigger every single day. Actually, cash is being used less regularly all the time, and more companies are starting to be using debit cards and stuff like that, and people are using a debit card more than they're using cash. And there's a push for cash to be like destroyed, and the value of cash is being ruined every single day due to inflation. Then you realize, hang on, that actually makes sense, right? Or if you laugh about the fact that World War III could happen and you think, nah, there'd never be another world war. Well, I'm sure that in the 1800s, right, or in the 19th century, people never thought, you know what, there's going to be a World War One, that millions of people are going to die. They never thought that, I'm sure, but it happened though, right? And then after the first one, you know what, people probably thought, you know what, we'd never be stupid enough to let something like that happen on Earth again. But guess what? It happened again. It happened again. And then people made more weapons that are even more dangerous than the weapons that were used in World War II. But you people think that, nah, they'd never use these batch of weapons because these batch of weapons are so destructive that it would just be mutually assured destruction for everybody that takes part. Well, guess what? They're going to use them, right? They're going to use them. And you've got scoffers like Vocab Malone that will say stuff like this, right? Watch this. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud jay, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Now, Vocab Malone will hear us say that and be like, see, these Hebrew Israelites, they say that that's talking about World War III. And he'll just say it like that, but then he won't step off his fake high horse that he's sitting on, right? And say what it is talking about according to his doctrine. He'll just say what the Hebrew Israelites are saying it's talking about. It ain't talking about that. When World War III is a very realistic thing to take place on the earth. It's very realistic, right? If Russia attacks any country that is in NATO, right, that's World War III for you right there. So why is this clown acting like World War III is never going to happen? Why is he acting like that? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. And that guy is a real weasel, man. And if he had access to a weapon and thought that he could get rid of one Israelite and no one would ever know about it, he would do it too. I believe that 100% because that guy's an Edomite. And we already know that Edomites hate Israelites, man. But because he knows he probably ain't got it like that physically, he has to come the weasel way, the fake nice man way. Oh, I just want to help you Israelites. Realize that you're not Israelites and you're black people, that you're black Gentiles. You're going to say that ain't talking about that. Well, what's this talking about? Yeah, what's this scripture talking about? Because what these scoffers will do, man, anyone can say that what the Bible ain't saying. But how many people can say what it is saying? How many people are prepared to say, I think that this verse is talking about this, and then wait and see if it happens, and then say, see, I said that was going to happen, which meant that Yahweh was guiding me to make me know what this scripture meant. Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12, and this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. So this is going to be for these scoffers, man. All you scoffers, even of Israelites, are going to experience this. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Now, this is talking about exactly the same thing that Malachi was talking about. Behold, the day comes that shall burn as an oven. It's the same thing that's being spoken about, man. Just like the lake of fire is the same thing being spoken about. But what these Christians will try and say is, oh, that's talking about burning in hell forever, that is. But where was the concept of hell when the Israelites was given the laws? How come it wasn't told if you sin against me, right, instead of getting curses, you're going to burn in hell forever? Why wasn't the Israelites, how comes Yahweh didn't say, you know what, there ain't no need to go into Egypt again with ships. If you sin against me, you're going to burn in hell. How comes he never told them that ever? Why did they never get told you're going to burn in hell forever if you sin against me? How comes the Israelites believed that Yahweh Shai was one of the prophets reincarnated? How comes they didn't think he was in heaven? How come some of them thought that he was Jeremiah? How come some people thought that John was Elijah? How comes they never thought that he's just in heaven now because he lived a good life and did the right things? How comes they thought he was in heaven? Why is there a prophecy in the Bible about how Elijah was going to have to come back before the coming of the Messiah? If this heaven and hell doctrine that you Christians speak about exists. But that's why when it goes down, right, a lot of you people are going to be looking stupid, man. All you people that scoffed, that thought you had the right way and mocked the Israelites and offended them and caused destruction in their lives, right? You're searching up every information about them. Damn near stalking them, man. And you can say, oh, it's public information all you want. If you don't know these people from nowhere, right, and you're searching up what you can find about them on the internet, right, and then putting it out for everybody else to see that might have not known about it, that's some stalking type stuff in my opinion. That's like some stalker activity, to be honest. It don't matter if it's on the internet because other people didn't know about it until you. Like a person might have a company, for example, right? And their company might have a website that they've made. That's public, right? But if you go and search up that company and find out, oh, this man works here, or he's got a company where he works here and he does this and he does that, and you plaster it all over the internet and show everyone, right? Well, that's some stalker activity, man. Now, I ain't saying that that he did that. I ain't even saying that he did that. But that's the kind of way that this guy carries himself, that he would do that kind of thing, man. That's the kind of way he carries himself. That he'd try and search up everything he can about people's personal lives, man, instead of just focusing on the doctrine. Because best believe if they could find out that we did anything criminal, they would find it, man, and they would do something. They would get us arrested if they could find any proof that we're doing anything crazy. But they can't, though. We talk like this, but these people can't find us just going upside people's heads out in the world. They can't find no evidence on that because we're not doing that. We just talk in a harsh way, man. But we're really sheep in wolves' clothing, man. We look rough and we look like the people that the world considers the ones that are aggressors, but we're actually sheep in wolves' clothing. Whereas these scoffers and these wicked people in this world, they're wolves in sheep's clothing, man. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. So it's all fun and games now. When you people have got some kind of power in this world and you can just scoff and then go to Starbucks and get a caramel latte with extra syrup on top, right? And then go back home and then order Just Eat or Uber Eats and then lie and say, oh, I never got the food, and get your refund back. And you can just do that and plan that. And then you can say, oh, I've got a holiday booked for the summer and I'm paying off in installments because then that gives me extra spare money for what I need to do here and here and here. And you don't even need to buy things in full no more because there's a Klarna thing set up to where you can get 0% interest and still buy things, right? So in your house, you've got goods in your house that you normally wouldn't be able to have, and it seems good. And then you can scoff on Israelites and laugh at them and mock them and say, ha ha ha, look how poor they are. They're never going to get revenge for slavery. I don't know why they're wasting their time. But what you don't know is that we are going to. And that all the earthly things that have been spoken about are going to happen first. The charagma being made mandatory and requiring everybody that wants to keep their job, wants to be considered as a citizen of whatever westernized society that they're a part of, and even easternized society that they're a part of. They're going to need that charagma to prove their citizenship and to be like, I want to stand on my citizenship right now. So I'm going to take this to prove that I want to be a citizen of this world that you've created, Esau. That's going to happen. At the same time that's happening, wars are going to be stirring up around the world because the war's got to reach a certain level of aggression so that when that charagma is made mandatory, that's at the same time where war is going to be taking place to where it's going to get to the nuclear level, because the charagma being placed in everybody's hand that's supposed to take it and being refused by everybody that's supposed to refuse it is going to cause a certain prophecy that's mentioned in Revelation 14 and 9 to take place, by where everybody that's took that charagma, especially in the land of America, is going to be destroyed. And everybody that hasn't took it and that's still alive is of the elected nation of Israel. And even some of those that haven't took it but are dead, according to Revelation 20 and 4, they're going to be with Yahweh Shai. They're going to have been beheaded for not wanting to take it, man. And it might sound crazy, but that's actually an honorable way to leave the earth, man, and an honorable story to tell your descendants after in the kingdom, man. Because Yahweh Shai had to lose his life for the kingdom to come. And certain Israelites are going to have to lose their lives for the kingdom to come for them. And that's an honorable story to tell, man. Doesn't it say in the scriptures that it's an honorable thing to die for your people? It's an honorable thing, man. It's not an honorable thing to be having your tongue burn out your mouth, your flesh consume away, and your eyes melt in the holes while you've been a scoffer the whole time. That's not honorable. That's a loser's lifestyle. Especially in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be considered as a loser. You're going to be considered as man. You're the lowest among Israel in that time, when all you could do was bounce a basketball and jump from the free throw line. But then you didn't know nothing about the Lord, and you laughed at it when you heard about it. You know, you thought you was being smooth with it when you mentioned it on your Twitter account. But then as soon as you saw the pressure coming on, you was like, huh, what? There was who out there? There was what? There was some people out there for me at outside the Barclays Center. Nah, I didn't see them. I didn't see all those thousands of people in purple. I didn't see all those thousands of people in purple outside. Nah, that must have skipped my memory, man. I must have been too focused on the game. You liar. Yeah, and then you're giving out to other people, black Muslims, and that you're giving out them 50,000 a year, giving the same people that you were saying that you're Israelite, you're giving them 500,000. So that means that you could have gave the Israelites 560,000. But you know what? Keep your money, bruh. And get ready for the nukes that are coming upon you. And I'm talking about Kyrie Irving, by the way, man, and people like him that was trying to bun him out for him speaking about that. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. Because people are not expecting for Yahweh, like when we think about Yahweh Shai, man, even the best version that we thought of Yahweh Shai in our mind, right, is not what he looks like. The tallness of whatever we thought Yahweh Shai is, right, the intimidating way that Yahweh Shai is going to be, is not even close to what it's really going to be, man. And everyone thinks that they're brave, right? The bravest man right now in this world, right? Make a lion come down the street while he's walking down it and see if he's still brave. Yeah, make him be unarmed and a lion's walking down the street while he's walking down it and see if he is brave then. And Yahweh Shai is called the Lion of the tribe of Judah. So Yahweh Shai's nature and how he is when he's come back to the earth is going to be like that of a lion. And a lion ain't scared of nothing. Like Yahweh Shai is literally minus Yahweh, the strongest of all creation. You understand? He's the strongest of all creation, man. Minus Yahweh. And he looks like Yahweh too. That's something that Christians don't like to mention whenever we mention that he's a so-called black man. They don't want to mention that he looks like Yahweh and that he's not the same. He's not the father. The father is not the son. And the son's not the father. But Yahweh Shai is the closest thing to being Yahweh that we will ever see on this earth. That's as close as you can get to being Yahweh, is Yahweh Shai. But he's not him though. Verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach, because they was not ever expecting us to ever be anything, man. They've been blocked spiritually to even believe that we are really Israelites. They really do think that we're black. Like, they actually think that we're black, man. And when you point out to them, no, our skin is brown, they ain't trying to hear that. They're like, nah, you dark as hell, man. Because compared to their pasty ass, we are dark, you know? And they want us to keep the lies that they spoke about us, because otherwise this society don't work. This society could not work if every single, this is what people don't understand, you know. And this is a heavy point, which is this is not gonna ever happen. But it's written in the scriptures that Yahweh said, I will do this if it happens. If every single Israelite, right, every single Israelite on the earth, right, turned to the east and prayed and repented for the wickedness that they've did, Yahweh would end this kingdom right now. That's in the scriptures. He would end it right now. But he's performed it so that it's going to go the way that he wants, right? Because what Solomon said in that time was a heavy thing. And at that time, the population of Israelites would have been a lot less than it is now also. So it would be even more difficult now for every single Israelite to do that. Because if I'm not mistaken, then most Israelites back then would have been living in the land of Israel, most of us at that time. But there would have still been the 10 tribes that was... Well, actually, no, at that time, he was over all of Israel, yeah. Solomon was over all of Israel at that time when he made that prayer, man. So at that time, it would have been a lot easier for every single Israelite to repent of the wickedness that they've done and pray to the east, right? But now it would be more difficult, but yet it still stands that Yahweh would do that if it happened, man. Verse 4, we thought accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. So they thought that our lives was just a joke. But their life was in fact a joke. Verse 6, therefore have we erred. Verse 5, how is he numbered among the children of God and his lot among the saints, which lets you know that the people that are going to be chosen are not who you would expect to be, right? It's going to be the people that people doubted was going to be that. They thought, oh, man, how is he going to be the chosen? Look how rough he speaks, man. Look how he talks to people. You think God is going to choose somebody that's like swearing all the time? And I don't mean swearing as in like, oh, I swear on this. No, I mean like the so-called where people say rude speech and all that. Some of these people don't think that a person that's godly would ever say a bad word like that. Oh, you're holding the Bible in your hand and you're swearing. Is that how you're coming with it? Yeah, but how are you holding the Bible in your hand and then you're saying words, you're effing and blinded? That's how you Jakes talk, man. But then at the same time, when you Jakes put your headphones in, right? When you Jakes put your headphones in, ain't nothing but effing and blinding, F bombs, N bomb going off in that, you know? Ain't nothing but swear words going off in that. You people be listening to Suki Hannah, Sexy Red, Wop. You know what I mean? You be listening to all them songs, but then you've got a problem with some harsh words, isn't it? It's hilarious and hypocritical too. Verse 7, we weird ourselves. Verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, so they're gonna be like, man, so you're trying to tell me I did all this selling out, right? I did all these went to all these dirty, grimy Hollywood parties, right? I did all these hidden esoteric things in my music video, right? Oh, you're trying to tell me I did all this grimy stuff so that I could get that promotion at work, so that I got that extra £2.50 an hour. Got people fired, didn't hire certain people that I knew was going to be better at the job than me after they got trained up enough, so I made sure that they didn't get a job, right? You're trying to tell me that I lied on my neighbor and put something up his catalytic converter so that he couldn't have a better car than me in the neighborhood. All these grimy things that you people have did, man, that you thought nobody knew, but Yahweh knew, though. That Yahweh knew, man. All these dodgy things that you people have did, man. Damaging your next door neighbor's driveway with a sledgehammer. These are some of the things that you people do, man. Your next door neighbor starts getting some nicer plants in the garden than you. So you wake up at night time and pour weed killer on his lawn. These are the kind of demonic things that you people do, man. Just watch the TV show Neighbors from Hell and you will see what I'm talking about, man. You grimy people in this world, man. Oh, your neighbor's got a new car. You never wanted a new car, but you've got a bit of spare money now. You buy a new car. But you didn't genuinely want the new car. You just wanted to show your neighbor, listen, anything you can do, I can do the same and better. And all that things you was doing, you was wearing yourselves in a way of wickedness, because none of that added to what was actually supposed to be done on earth. That just added more sins onto yourself and showed you got a covetous spirit on you, and now you're going to get destroyed at the end of it all. Verse 7, we weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there ain't no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. And you're all going to know you didn't know nothing about the Bible. You didn't understand righteousness. You're all going to know that in that time. You're going to understand that you didn't have the concept to know what the right thing to do was. And that all the things that you thought was the right thing to do, right? And when you thought you was actually good people, because you don't outwardly say anything that you've got to say about somebody, you just say it behind their back all the time, right? You're going to realize that you're in fact not good people. And people like Vocab Malone are going to realize that them just saying that Israelites are racist, no one don't care about that. Yahweh don't care about that, because Yahweh is the one that made the races. And if Yahweh didn't want people to differentiate each other by their races, he would have made one human race. Which all you people in the world try and always say, oh, we're all one human race at the end of the day. From out of many people, he made one blood and all that. But he didn't make one nation, though, did he? Because everyone is Israelites. Everyone in Edomite. And don't come with none of that. There's neither Jew nor Greek neither, because some of y'all ain't Greek by anywhere, any word, any stretch of the imagination. You're not a Greek by nationality, right? Neither are you a Grecian. Neither are you a Hellenized Jew calling themselves a Greek. You ain't Greeks neither. So don't be coming with none of that Greek, none of that Greek stuff neither, man. Because there's a reason why it says there's neither Jew nor Greek. There's a reason why it says Greek in there, which you Christians don't know. And the reason for that is because the Israelites was Hellenized by the Greeks. And in doing that, the Greeks told the Israelites, don't call yourself Israelites no more. That's how much they was destroying them. Don't call yourself Israelites. Call yourself what we are, Greeks. And they was doing that with the sword, which Christians don't mention that. Because if they did, then that would get rid of that whole concept of everyone's just, that the Greeks that are mentioned in the scriptures that is talking about pertaining to salvation are heathens, when they're not. But carrying on. Verse 7, we weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. What have pride profited us? Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? So what good was all that money chasing that bag? That bag that's got holes in it. What good was that, man? And that don't mean that no one's supposed to have any money so that they can have food in their belly neither. That don't mean that. And if you're of the elect anyway, if you try and chase any of that money, Yahweh's going to blow on that and make it perish anyway, man. And you'll realize that you always seem to, no matter what, you always seem to have about the balance at the same amount of money in your pocket anyway. Never more or less. Even if you seem to have lost money, you seem to still end up getting an increase in money so that you got that same amount all the time. And if you seem to have got more money from somewhere, other things are going to happen in your life to where you end up losing out that money and get that same amount anyway, so that your lifestyle pretty much stays at a certain plateau. It's not going to really get any more or less than what it is right now, apart from when the day of Yahweh's wrath comes, obviously. Verse 8, what have pride profited us, or what good of our riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by. So that's going to end. That the riches has an end to it, man. Riches has an end to it. Riches has an end, man. I'm gonna end the lesson there, right? Sometimes the lessons be going longer than they need to, man. I'm gonna end the lesson there, right? All these people that mock the Israelites, when it goes bad for them, they're gonna realize that it was fun when you was in the power seat, but now it's gonna be mourning because you ain't got the power no more. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Makar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.